Hello everyone, this is Sue and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be working on tags, actually 3 tags that I plan to layer and make it a bit interactive, and I will show you exactly how I'm going to do that. And this is part of a YouTube hop that I'm participating in with Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming and Helen from Moss Cottage. I will have their links in the description box, so please head over and see what they are doing with today's prompt, which is, of course, tags. So this particular tag I had to cut down because once I layer the 3 tags, I want the smallest one on top and then it gets bigger as it goes down. So I didn't have a tag that I could use that would do that, properly. So I took a tag and I just cut it down. And if you don't have tags, you can just make them out of packaging or any type of paper, right? Super easy. Now, this fabric right here is actually a linen napkin, and I am taking rub-ons. These rub-ons are from Cocoa Daisy, and I saw somebody do this, I think on Facebook, and I don't recall where or who they are or anything, but I'm like, oh my gosh, doing rub-ons on fabric, I don't think I've ever done, and I thought that that was a really, really, really cool idea. So it's a little bit harder to rub onto fabric. So it took me like 3 tries to, like right there, I'm like, oh no, the tree isn't quite right. So I just kept rubbing and it worked out fine. And look at this. Isn't that like beautiful? It almost looks like it's embroidered on there. It's quite lovely. So I was super happy, and now I'm going to cut down that fabric to fit the tag. And the first thing I decided to do though was go ahead and adhere that fabric onto the tag on the front. And then that's going to help me to know how much I need to cut for the back. And that trim, that lace on top, I wanted to leave because it just looked really pretty and it worked really well. So here I am cutting down the fabric on the back, and let me tell you, if I had cut it any closer, it would not have fit. This fabric just met on the back. It was like, oh my gosh. So, but anyways, it worked just, and I was super happy with that. And with fabric, just using your roller adhesive, it works fine. It just stays absolutely fine. And now I'm going to try being the key word here, to punch a hole for the top. Well, that was not going to work. So I just took these scissors and I did this. I pushed it in there and it worked beautifully, absolutely beautifully. So now I know I want to put something on the top, some sort of a word. And so I went ahead and I went with December, because again, this tag right here is going to be on the top of my interactive 3-tier tag. And so I thought, well, December, how easy is that, right? That kind of like I can put it anywhere in my December daily album, and it'll work, right? So now this second tag, I want to make sure that I can journal on this. So I have this scrapbook paper here that has a very, very, very faint pattern on it. It has dots, but it's very faint. And so I selected this on purpose, knowing that I wanted to write on it, right? And if it was like a super busy pattern, it wouldn't work. So that's why I went with this particular piece of scrapbook paper. And I took this other little tag I had sitting on my table, and I'm like, well, I'm going to draw some lines so when it does come time for me to write and journal on this tag, that I can do it straight. Because I don't know about you guys. You guys let me know. If you are to write on a tag and there aren't lines, can you do it straight? I can't. I cannot. So now I'm thinking, well, what do I want to put on this tag? So this tag is going to be the middle tag out of 3 tags. So I'm looking in so this sticker book right here that I'm looking in is Busy Sidewalks from American Crafts from a few years ago. And the first one I looked at was a recollection sticker book from, I think, last year. But I decided to go ahead and put this little chipboard down, and I liked that up on top. And then I still wanted to put something else on there, so I put the smaller tag on top to see how much I could see of the tag I'm working on now, because I wanted it to make sense, right? I mean, I didn't have to see the whole sticker, but I did want it to show enough where it just made sense. So I went and I pulled out this tree. It does say Merry Christmas on it in silver. It's very hard to see even in person. So I know you're not going to be able to see that Merry Christmas on the video. But then I selected this little sticker that said joy, and look at this. You can see it. And I'm like, that is like so perfect. So I was happy with that. Now we're going to work on the 3rd tag. And this one is a tag where I will place a photo on it. So I really liked this particular scrapbook paper because if you look at the 3 tags together, you're going to see there's a lot of greenery, right? So it's either trees, or in this case, it's holly, but it all has that woodsy feel to it. So I thought that this scrapbook paper would be perfect to place a photo on at some point. And of course, I'm just going to go ahead and punch out the hole. And so I'm just going to kind of give it a little test here, and I like the look of that, so I'm going to move forward. So I take this sticker sheet, and don't ask me where I got this from, some kit that I ordered, and I chose these 2 words, blessed today, and then I added the word together. So blessed today, together. And I took a black gel pen, and I outlined those words because obviously they weren't popping a whole bunch, right? I mean, they just weren't. So this definitely helps those words to stand out and can be seen easier. And I was fine with that. So I'm like done with the tags, right? Because that last one, again, a photo will go on. So now I'm taking this, I don't know what to call it. I think it's made out of like a paper. So it's not twine. It's not anything like that. It's I don't know what it is, actually. And I think it's from Recollections. I don't have the packaging, so I'm not positive, but I do think it's Recollections. And I like the look and the feel of it because, again, it's very woodsy feeling. This I don't know what ribbon, I don't know. And so I just tied the 3 of them together, and then I tied it around the top ring of my 9x12 December daily album. And it gave me the effect that I wanted. So I'm able to move it from side to side. I can see all 3 tags, and I was happy with that. But what I wanted to do so it would look better on video was I took the last page that I worked on. In fact, it was last week's prompt of Masterboards. And I put that in my album, and you can see how pretty that the layered tags look on on a real page. So that's it. Please remember to check out Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming and Helen at Moss Cottage, and tell them hello and subscribe. And thank you so much for being here. And we will see you next week with our next prompt, which is clusters. God bless.